Here at Horror and Coffee, we rate our movies with coffee cups. Not stars, but coffee cups. How does it work? Simple. One coffee cup is considered a poor film, bad taste in the mouth. Two coffee cups means it's fair, almost made right, but still not hot enough. Three coffee cups means a good blend of flavor, worth a look at. 4 cups of coffee means a must-see, worth your while. And 5 cups means not only worth your time, but also a keeper. Excellent viewing. And now, Horror and Coffee.
Right.
It's another film about zombies, and lately we've been getting a lot of that. Zombie films. There's Dawn of the Dead, Night of the Living Dead, Return of the Living Dead, House of the Dead, The Walking Dead, Zombie Apocalypse. There's so many to mention that I just can't. Here's a film, very, very low budget, and it's different in the genre of zombie films. And well, Ralph, if you've seen the movie,
Yeah.
you talk about the plot of the film.
Well, I'll be honest with you. It was definitely a different twist on the whole concept of zombies and the living dead.
It sort of reminds me of like how we had to get along with back like in the civil rights movement, where we had to people had to get along
Like
with
the barriers, the cultural barriers,
Right.
the segregation between African Americans and whites. Back in the civil rights movement was able to break down the barriers and stuff like that. And I even think about other conflicts throughout the world that has that same social concept. It's weird. I know I'm talking like I'm some kind of socially conscious person or something like that, but that's what Zombies Anonymous is about. It's about people who become zombies, but they retain their intelligence and they retain their memory of their past life, but they're zombies now. And so it centers around a small group of people. As we see a girl, and then she joins up with other people that some of them want to try to still live normal lives, but because they're zombies and people know it, they get discriminated against. So then you see this whole thing build up into this big, kind of almost civil war kind of thing between zombies and regular living humans. And it was initially comical to me, but I think I got the message. I got the message that it was trying to portray. And as a result, I give it 3 coffee cups. It was a good film. It kept my attention. I don't think it was the best film on the planet, but it kept my attention. And it had a weird kind of... It was definitely a different twist about the whole concept of zombieism, if you want to call it that.
I like the fact that this director, I think he wrote the film as well, but I like the fact that he took the same old zombie trend and he put it in his way, and
Right.
it just adds flavor to the whole. It makes you interested in zombies, because let's suppose if you're tired of zombies, there's a lot of zombie films out there, and I know people are probably getting tired of it, but thank God The Walking Dead has already added people's interest again.
Right.
But I don't think if The Walking Dead came out and people were and here's another House of the Dead movie, here's another Dawn of the Dead movie, whatever. If they would have saw this movie before The Walking Dead, Zombies Anonymous, they would have probably liked it. I mean, this is really a good film. I think you should check it out. I give it 5 coffee cups.
That's good coffee.
Good story. This had a good story, and I liked it. A lot of gore, a lot of heads being chopped off or whatever.
Well, how can you have a zombie movie without those things? It wouldn't be a zombie movie without the blood, the gore, the heads chopping off, the guts
And
spilling
a lot
out.
of the actors in the film, I've never even seen them before in my life. Everyone acted good, every single one of them. And if the director could pull it off with these unknowns and make them act this way, I think that he could just about direct any low-budget film and accomplish what he did with Zombies Anonymous.
So that's the review for Zombies Anonymous. Victor gives it 5 coffee cups. I give it 3. You know, not too bad reviews. Good coffee, good taste in the mouth. Remakes are touchy. Like, some people just do these remakes, and I think remakes are a big thing now, but I think people have always done them. You know, like, I can look back and think of, like, I remember when they remade The Blob. That came out in 1988. Remake of the 1950, whatever year it was, classic.
Basically, I see it that the reason why they do these remakes is to try to get that new generation of kids.
Right, they want to get and pull in a new generation of people to appreciate the old films and stuff like that. But, you know, in my opinion, look at the old films. You know, you really appreciate the true essence of what a good horror movie is if you look at the originals. Nothing wrong with looking at remakes, though. I can think of a few remakes that actually worked.
Yeah, very rarely, a remake is better than the original.
I don't know of a remake yet that's better than the original.
Okay, well, I do know one.
What?
I do know one.
What?
I would say Nightmare on Elm Street.
No, really?
I believe that the new Nightmare on Elm Street was better than the 1984 one.
Get out of here. Why?
Well, because it explained a lot of things that the elder one didn't explain that much. And plus, it was scarier. I didn't like the fact that in the 80s, Freddy Krueger was all about...
He was like a comical figure.
One-liner jokes all the freaking time. And
that's true.
And then in this one, they want him to be serious, a serious killer.
They made him serious, all right.
You know?
It was a lot more serious, disturbingly serious.
And that's what I like. I mean, if you're going to scare somebody, scare them, but don't fucking add one-liners. I can't stay out of that kitchen. Whatever the fuck did he say?
I don't know. He said a lot of things.
Whatever.
He said a lot of things, man. Come on.
So basically, I think the Nightmare on Elm Street, the new version, is better than the old version.
Okay, fair enough. Here's a good version that I think was close to being better than, but not quite. The Omen. When they released the remake of The Omen, I loved it. I gave it 5 coffee cups, the remake, because it was, not only did it stay true to the original, but they even added things that wasn't in the original, but was in the novel that David Seltzer wrote that I used to read on the bus going to school back in 1984, you know? I remembered those particular things. I said, oh my God, that was in the book, and it wasn't in the 1976 version. So I really liked that. I really appreciated that. I was like, so I gave thumbs up to the people who made the remake of The Omen. I was very pleasantly surprised that it was going to come out.
And the original one is a classic as well.
The original one, absolutely. Gregory Peck, Lee Remick, The Antichrist, the whole end of the world.
Directed by Richard Donner, which the guy who made
Superman.
All right, so basically some remakes could be good, barely, and then some remakes could be the shit. Horror movies seem to just always say in their films, "What's up? My cell phone doesn't work. I got bad connection." And this is their excuse for, like, not calling the police when they're in trouble when a killer's going after them. This is Friday the 13th, the new Friday the 13th, the remake. They all go into Camp Crystal Lake. When they get to the store,
you know, they get to this store to buy some goodies or whatever. All of a sudden, all their cell phones don't work in that area. So that was their excuse for when Jason attacks them. There's no way to call any help.
You know, I'm tired of hearing, basically in a nutshell, I'm tired of hearing that there's no signal. No, I want to hear another reason. I lost my phone.
Right.
It fell in the river. I flushed it down the toilet by accident.
Here's a good way to excuse the cell phone dilemma. If you watched I Spit on Your Grave, the new version, in this film, she had a cell phone in the very beginning. How do they get rid of that situation? Well, while she was in the toilet, she dropped it. Or was she cleaning the toilet or whatever? Or the toilet wasn't working, she couldn't get it to flush. While we was trying to get it to flush, her cell phone fell inside the water. So you see her trying to dry it out. That was a perfect way of removing the cell phone out of the whole picture.
Yeah, but you know what's going to be weird about that? Every movie now will have to have a scene where somebody drops the freaking cell phone in the toilet.
That could be true, yeah.
Or in a lake.
Or in a lake or whatever.
Or in a puddle outside the house on a rainy day.
So basically that's it. Now these days horror films, basically it's going to be really hard to scare somebody with our technology today. Cell phones, internet, anything, the iPad or whatever. There's ways of contacting help. Many ways now. So when a killer's going after you, especially now where forensics are so advanced, it's hard for you to commit a crime and get away with it.
Tell me about it. It's true. Everything is like, you know, CSI or something. It's crazy.